Drop.
Is this the fucking mic? Drop. This is exactly what I should be doing.
What's up, and welcome to this week's episode of The Drop, your weekly source for all things NFT and crypto art, as well as upcoming drops by notable people in the Mograph industry. Let's do it. All right, what do we got this week?
Chad Ashley's here, by the by.
Chad Ashley's here. I feel like we're really gonna get into the NFTs. You know, if you, as long as you got time.
As long as you got time.
I might have to. I should have went to use the bathroom during that.
Okay, go. Yeah.
Well,
I'll be right back.
You can go use the restroom while we get into
this. Go for it.
Yeah.
You know, we'll just hop into some of the ones that are going on.
Totally.
Nifty and Makerspace. Go ahead, do that. Yeah.
All right.
Then we'll jump into some topics with it.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So what are we doing?
First up, so let's start off with the this week's drops on Nifty. I would mention the one that's happening literally right this second, but you know, who cares?
Which one is that?
I don't know.
I mean, there's always secondary market, right?
Yeah, secondary. Okay. And that's an interesting. Remind me about secondary market. Let's not leave without talking about the secondary market. Can you put a pin on that? Because there are things that I want to talk about with the secondary market in Nifty. But first thing that I've got is dropping today, later on tonight, March 29th. We've got 6 and 5. There's these beautiful interior renderings, and there's a. Can't remember what they called it. The Revolt. That's what it is. So these are really, really pretty renderings. But then I guess there's a revolt from all the different, I don't know, like the furniture or something like that. It looks really neat.
The furniture revolts?
Yeah, the furniture revolts, I guess. So I don't know. Really, really pretty interior renderings. I'm a big. I did a lot of it. Interior renderings back in my day, and I really have an appreciation of really pretty ones, and I think 6 and 5 does a really good job of that. So if that interests you, if you like that type of art, you know, sure, pick one up. Next up, also tonight we've got I'm gonna butcher all these names. Robert Hans, and I'm gonna assume the name is Noise. I don't want to say Nos7 and be one of the
it's like saying Dead Mal 5.
Yeah. Right, exactly. So there's these really cool ethereal renders and stuff like that. I love the composition. I think they're super pretty. You know, that one, and then they've got a limited edition physical token with the one of ones. So really pretty stuff. I like it. I thought that one was of notable
noting.
Yeah, notable noting.
Yes.
So, and a lot of these, if you're following Nifty's Twitter account or whatever, you'll see I'm skipping over a lot of these. Some of them are musicians, and some of them, I feel like if a musician, this is my own personal opinion, if a musician is going to do a collaboration with someone and they're going to do a drop, I think the musician needs to really care about this stuff. You know, I feel like a musician needs to be 100% in, just like the artist is. You know, and like. Maybe tweet it out. You know, if a musician doesn't care enough to even tweet out their Nifty drop, I am not going to put it on my list, because if they don't care enough about their Nifty drop, why the fuck should I?
All right.
So, all right. Anyway, next up we got also tonight Esteban Diacono, I think is how the name is pronounced. It's cool Mography stuff, similar to the stuff that I think John Norlander did a few weeks ago. This one's called Platonic Love, using like these actual like platonics, you know, like a D20 whatever.
I get it.
You know, yeah. So you know, you got as you can see, you know, it's really pretty stuff. At least from what I can tell from this split screen of whatever they've got.
Some very
from
pretty
the
strips.
So. That is tonight. Starting tomorrow we've got Jason Ebier. These are okay. So let me preface this by saying I was
gonna say I got a warning.
This one wasn't
gonna
be on my list originally. Like I saw this and I'm like, I don't know about this.
I'm watching this through before I bring it up on the screen. Is this dangerous to bring up on the screen?
There may be some
nipples.
There may be some nipples. Yes. Yeah, there may be
some nipples.
There were some nipples.
I think that's the only thing. So
okay, so these are weird, like super shiny, sexy looking people. Like, so Shams tweeted this out, you know, that she was really looking forward to this one and stuff. And it's like, I don't know. it doesn't appeal to me personally, but I feel like this is very much the NFT crowd. A lot of the NFT crowd would go for that. So anyway,
I mean, it
wanted
beats
to
having
put
to do
that-
a skin shader.
Right. It definitely beats having to do a skin shader, right? So, yeah, so there's that one today. The same day, tomorrow, the 30th, March 30th, Gold Weird. I don't know if that's how you say it. Gold Weird.
Gold Weird.
So you may
okay.
recognize some of their stuff. They've sold previously on Nifty and they've done really well. Remember the animals, the crystal animals that you see all over Nifty? They're constantly being sold. They have a new drop tomorrow. So I don't know. I mean, they've sold well in the past, but who knows as far as investments anymore in Nifty? Nifty's like, I mean, artists. I don't know. I feel I'll get into that.
We'll get into that.
Yeah, we'll get into that. Next up, the 31st, we got Kid Mograph. Kid Mograph along with Dream Catalog. Dream Catalog, I'm assuming is the musician. And Kid Mograph did 7 unique animated pieces for each of these tracks off this new album from Dream Catalog. Really cool. If you know Kid Mograph stuff, you know it's super bad A. You know, I really like his stuff. So that's coming up on the 31st. Let's see. Okay, so this next one that I'm mentioning, there's I guess it's like a collab between 3 different like artists or whatever, but really the a lot of them are the same, like, you know, shiny head Daz model ones. But then you've got this first one, which is Frenetic Void, which I was looking at their stuff and I dig their stuff. Like, it's a very Dali-esque, you know, super pretty, like could very much go along with the same, like, you know, Daz model, whatever NFTs, but like super weird and abstract. I dig it. I super dig it. So I don't know what they are offering as the 3 artists. Go away, cat. But I'm really excited to see, you know, what is what the drop is going to be. So that's on the 31st. Coming up on the 1st of April, Clarence Molada and Digital Renaissance. Oh, this is Digital Renaissance. So this is they're taking old famous pictures and messing with them in After Effects, and that's something I'd like to talk about, because I think this is a really good topic of discussion on NFTs and stuff. Like, okay, I understand that is definitely like, you know, you're definitely changing up enough to where, okay, copyright wouldn't exist. Plus, but it's like, through parody or whatever. But it's like, at what point is it just like, and I'm not saying this with this one specifically, because I think this one has changed up enough. But at what point are you taking someone else's work and then it just becomes lazy? You know, like, for example, Pac or whatever, you know, has done a few drops, and I feel like they've been very lazy. Like, where they take, like, there was one, it was the Creation of Man or whatever, and they just took out a bunch of like squares out of it, like, you know,
and
then sold it as it is. It's like,
as opposed to really changing it up like the one we just saw.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know. It's interesting taking artist subjective, whatever.
Right.
You know,
right.
Like, to each their own. Some people may like super shiny Daz models, you know, with huge muscles and, you know, really reflective boobs, but like, that's not my cup of tea. I really enjoy the architectural renderings and like the whatchamacallit, the ethereal stuff and the, you know, whatever. To each their own. You know, anyway, so I was I don't know. It was interesting what y'all thought about that. You know, taking already work that's already done and then just messing with it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it really depends on how you do it.
Yeah.
If you're just taking like Jesus and putting Elon Musk's head on him,
right?
It's like, okay.
Then I'm sold.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, so I don't know, there was this skit that was done, I don't know, it was like Comedy Central or something, And this guy wanted to see about how close he could get to the original and still call it parody, you know?
Right.
So he opened this little pop-up coffee shop called Dumb Starbucks. And basically it sold all the same stuff Starbucks did. He just called it Dumb Starbucks, you know? And it's like, oh, okay, you know, I guess. But it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, if you change 1 pixel, is it still a copyright thing? What about 2? What about 10 pixels? At what point?
Yeah, how many pixels do I have to change? You know, like, for example, if it was a 1920 by 1080 and I just rearranged every pixel, is that still their work?
It's like the adage about if something is considered nudity art, or is it porn? There is no defining description of what that is. You just know it when you see it.
I guess.
You know, and it's different for every person. So,
yeah. Anyway,
I don't know.
Chad, do you have any opinions on that?
I mean, to each his own, right? Like, I'm not gonna like criticize somebody's reason to or motivation or when it comes to art, it's really personal. So it's kind of like whatever they want to do, they should be able to do whatever the hell they want. Like, I'm not going to judge that. If it was commercial work and you know, that's different. Like, that's a different set of, like, in my opinion, like rules or ethics, I guess. But if it's art, and if I put out a piece of art and I, you know, smudge it with a smudge brush in Photoshop and I release it as a new piece of art, that's my prerogative. I can do whatever the hell I want.
Absolutely.
I can do it. I can do whatever. It doesn't matter. Like, you may think that it's like cheap and not low effort or whatever, but and that's okay. You don't have to buy it. Like, that's cool. But no, I don't think we should. I don't think any of us. I think everybody should keep those types of opinions, like, almost to yourself, really, because it's like, I don't know, like, you don't know the reason, like, you don't know what's behind it, you don't know why, and at face value, we as craftsmen know how the sausage gets made. Right. So I think it's easy for us to be like, well, I know how that's just this and that's just that.
Right.
Yeah. And you, like, have to, like, fight that instinct, because you do know how the sausage is made. You have to fight that instinct and say, well, no, let's think about it. And of course there are going to be people out there that are just, like, making random stuff to make money or whatever, but you do have to kind of look at it like, okay, I can't let that cloud my I can't let that get in the way, and I can't definitely not tear down artists making art, trying to make a living from their art and all that sort of thing. Yeah, I think I'm rambling now, but
it makes sense though. It makes sense. But let's get through the other drops and then we'll circle back.
Well, there's only one more left on the Nifty, and
but we got a bunch of others.
Though. Yeah. Anna Zilieva. I don't know.
She's still don't know. She's the one that does the VR.
She is the one that does. She's a VR painter, which I think, and her showing this one off, what she's dropping on Nifty, that is friggin' gorgeous. Like, and seeing all the stuff that she's doing in VR, like, watch this video. This is so cool. Like, how she really gets into it, and it is gorgeous work. You know, I would love to own one of her pieces.
Yeah.
So I like that right there.
That's a lot of time spent.
Look at the detail. Yeah, right? That's super crazy. Cool stuff. So I love seeing, I think she is the forefront of NFT VR, you know, art that is being made right now. Yeah. So that's it for, and The Weeknd is doing a drop. The Weeknd, yay.
On this weekend? Or is he doing it on a weekday? Because that would be completely ironic.
Actually, I think it is a weekend.
So off-brand.
I think it's on Saturday. I don't know. Okay. But it's I mean, The Weeknd. But it's just, and it's not like a collab with anyone else. It just says The Weeknd. So I don't know.
We'll see.
if there was an artist associated with The Weeknd who The Weeknd hired to just do work for them and then they released it as an NFT, I think that's kind of crappy.
I don't know. He might have an angle. Look at what he did with his angle with like the plastic surgery thing and all that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know.
We'll see.
Anyway,
I mean, he knows how to tell stories. It'd be curious to see if he puts in some serious effort into making something memorable.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with musicians collabing with artists. You know, I feel like if you're not in, if the musician is only into it for making a quick buck, you know, I don't think that's the correct mindset you got to have. You know, I think it needs to be, you know, you got to do it for the art. Yeah.
I think that the market will correct that stuff. I think people are pretty good about smelling opportunism as opposed to, you know, authentic reasons and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, with something as crazy as NFTs have been, there is a gold rush mentality to it. So it can get harder to kind of determine like who is doing stuff for the quick buck and who is doing stuff because they believe in their own work or whatever, you know. But it's hard. It's hard right now.
Yeah, for sure.
NFTs are, yeah.
Did you see the Saturday Night Live skit?
I was going to say they're becoming mainstream. That's in my links, but
I think they are. They are mainstream. My parents and my parents' and family. These are like older people were asking me about them this weekend, and I'm like, oh, it's mainstream now.
Yeah.
Okay.
The fact that NSL does a skit on it, it just tells you everything you need to know. It's just, I watched that and I was like, man, that's the industry that we have all been in every day for so many years. And now it's on SNL. It's just like,
you said NSL.
Yeah,
it's weird. NFL. Yeah. SNL.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I think it's great though. I think it's awesome. I'm excited. I hope it continues. I hope it grows and evolves and becomes another avenue for artists to make money.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. And that's the way I see it. I think people are eventually it's going to become a new norm, you know, as a way of artists to make their money, you know. And I'm even seeing it now, like a lot of people they're not posting their Instagram or their Twitter anymore. They're posting their foundation, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it makes a lot more sense. Like, why would I think when I kind of like woke up to NFTs, I was like late to the game, like really late to the game. But I went in like everything. I just kind of dove in and just like wanted to understand it as much as I could. Mm-hmm. And it the revelation happened in my brain. And I was like, well, wait a minute. Why are we as in artists who make we make visuals. Why are we giving all of our IP away to Instagram? Why are we giving all of our IP away to Behance? Why are we helping to build these platforms, most of which are built on the privacy of others, or built to sell you Photoshop? And why not give it, you know, sans minting fees to a platform that is there to help you keep making art and not starve to death? And like to me, like that made a lot of sense to me. The fact like, why are we posting so much to Instagram for a heart, for an icon of a heart? Like why? Like that's crazy. Like why not, you know, post that, you know, maybe the best of the 10 things you made, mint it, and maybe not only will we be able to share it with people, they'll still be able to like it.
Yeah.
But now you actually have a chance of making some money, and you're not putting it into Facebook. If that does that make sense?
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's still, you're still putting money into it. People are making money off of it, but they're making money off of your success, essentially.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
And you still own it. You know, you still own the rights to the work, and that's really key too. And like, just it makes you think like about all these platforms, these visual posting platforms that artists, filmmakers have built. They've made these billion-dollar platforms that they get no piece of.
Yeah,
like that's crazy.
Yeah. And it'll normalize. It'll come back around to. It's going to come back to a popularity contest again, just like Instagram or anything else. It's just money now.
I think as of right now, prices are really inflated, you know, and well, and maybe not for the single ones, you know, if you're looking to collect a single edition of someone, that's the price is probably about right.
You're gonna have your mid-range,
versus
your
like
highs, your lows.
if you've got like a collection of 100 or whatever, that, you know, you're like, okay, here, I'm selling these 100, you know, nifties that I made or whatever. Come buy them for $20-$30 a pop, you know?
Right.
It's like that's but then it also comes into the minting fees. If you sell them for $30 a pop, you're actually losing money by doing that. But still,
hopefully that will all change, though.
That will all change eventually. You know, there are even some sites. One that Tokyo Megaplex has been using. I don't remember what it's called, but there's basically the minting fees are like pennies. You know, so he's been minting stuff and giving away stuff for free left and right. You know, but it's like once those minting fees are gone, and it's just like selling a print. You know, for $20-$30, I think that's where you're going to get a lot of like artists collecting other artists' stuff, you know, because right now, while and this is what I was talking about earlier with Nifty, where it's like it used to be you could buy a Stuzor for $200. He sold his for $200, which is awesome. That's a great deal for just owning a piece of one of my favorite artists, right? You know. I bought 3 of them. I flipped them for $3,500, but that's neither here nor there, you know. But it's like like if you want to own that person's art and maybe like put it on your TV or something like that, you know, you're able to do that. You know, you own that art or that print, you know. But it's like it's like now Nifty, anyone who gets on, it's like barrier to entry, $1,300. It's like outside of my price range, totally out there. You are now catering to collectors only, you know, collectors who have a lot of money, who are willing to, you know, and why in the world, if you're going to spend that type of money, why would you spend $4,000 on an open edition when you could probably go to that person's foundation page and buy one of their single edition pieces for $4,000? Right. Sure. Exactly.
Yeah, I've only done the single editions, and I don't know, just mainly because I don't know, just felt more important somehow. Yeah. I don't know, but the idea of an edition is not. It's an idea that I've been playing with because sometimes I'll have an idea for something that isn't super grand, and like I still want to like, you know, share that with the world or whatever. So. Maybe that's the way to do it. I don't know, man. The whole thing is still equalizing, for sure, and it's tricky. I do see it sort of becoming, like you were saying, like the collector, the stuff that, and it's like that way in actual physical art as well. You know, you've got the high-end gallery experience where collectors are going, right? And then you have the art fair at your town, you know,
right? Absolutely.
And like that's you buying.
You can still have really good artists at the art fair, right? You know, but you get them for much cheaper.
Right. Right now, at the beginning stages of this, everything's mixed in. You've got like the art fair. Person is sitting next to the gallery person. They're all mixed together right now. Yeah. And I think, like you were saying, like it's going to start to evolve into these siphoned areas, which I don't know if that's good or bad. I kind of think it's a little bit bad because it's bad it's bad for discovery. Right. And I think that's the challenge, but it's going to do that for sure. It's going to equalize that way. I agree.
Matt, you've got one more Makerspace.
Got one more. Jumping over to Makerspace, there was really only one notable artist that I thought this was neat. So it's Brendan Dawes. They use AI to analyze frames from Tekken, the game Tekken, in order to create moving generative pieces of work, which I think that's pretty rad. You know, like I really like the AI ideas of like doing work, like the stuff that like. Nathan Shipley does, man, that stuff is killer, you know, absolutely killer. Yeah. So it's neat to see someone doing something more than just like hopping into C4D, throwing some, you know, Forester stuff in there and a DAZ model and being like, here's my art, you know, but like taking it.
You're still thinking like a sausage maker.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
am thinking like a sausage making. You're absolutely right. Actually, the drop that's going on, or like right this second, you know, like one, I didn't mention it because the musician didn't mention anything about it, so I'm not going to mention it. If they don't have enough balls to, you know, mention something, I'm not going to mention it.
I do agree with that. I feel like, you know, a mashup is something you're supposed to be proud of, or a collab is you're supposed to be proud of, and you're supposed to be ready to promote with this amazing artist that you vibe with. That you really vibed with, and you worked hard together to make this piece.
Right.
If they're not tweeting it out, it means they didn't care.
I don't know. Here's my thoughts on that. Like, we don't know, right? Like, we don't know. Like, there could be so many scheduling conflicts, but the management is saying the NFT time is now. If you don't do this right now, then it's not going to work. Well, I don't have time right now. I'm working on this album. I'm over here. I already got commitments over there. That's okay. Just do the minimum amount of work, and the artist will take, you know, the brunt of it. We just need to get this out now, because now is this whole thing's gonna like go dead in 2 weeks.
Right.
But
and
that's
to
the
me,
point.
That
is
is one big cash grab. It's just a cash grab. You know.
You're right.
Like,
and
why in the world should I support them if they're just gonna do a cash grab?
You don't have to.
Right. Exactly.
Unless
you don't have to.
Unless you know the artists and you understand, like,
here's the thing.
If somebody if somebody came to you for that,
if the Mountain Goats or the Weaker Thans came to me and said, we want to do an NFT, I would be all on board, you know? And I'd say, let's do a custom NFT. You guys create some custom music for it, and I will create a custom thing, and I will do it all for free right now, and we will split it 50-50, right? It's like that to me is the way these NFTs should be done, you know, versus like, okay, here's my track that I just made. Now make a cool music video and we'll sell it as an NFT, and then you get 10%. But
yeah, if Reba McEntire came to me right now and wanted something done, I'd be like, I don't know any of your music, but I'll do it.
I thought you were about to say I'm in, no matter what.
All over that.
Dude, I've already been approached by like a random brand, and I just don't even know like I don't even know what that is. Like, I don't even know what to do with that. Like, because I don't get it. Like, are you hoping to like use my name, or are you hoping just to have a piece in the space? Like, what is the tie-in? Like, I don't understand it.
Like, and if the drop from the other day on Nifty is a really, let me go to Nifty's site and I can tell you who it was. It was let me go to the marketplace. Sorry.
Yeah, we gotta keep an eye on the time too,
Esports and Josh Pierce, right? So Josh Pierce is a really good artist and stuff like that. I really like, but then he did it with Red Bull. It's like Red Bull's dropping on Nifty. It's like, you know, if you know Josh Pierce's stuff, Josh Pierce did all that work.
Maybe he loves Red Bull. Maybe it was
maybe that could be
if
true.
If Monster came to me, then I would be on board. I gotta say, drink Monster Energy drink all the time. Monster Energy drink of champions.
Yeah, I mean, if it was the right, if a skateboard brand came to me, I'd be like, I'm taking 2 weeks to do this thing.
Yeah,
there's that
but
feeling
yeah, this was not,
you know.
Yeah, it was a brand of it was a food brand, and I didn't really understand, other than that I made some candy NFTs, like what the connection could possibly have been, and even that was like it wasn't about the food per se.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know. It's weird. So I think that I've been hearing a lot of other fellow NFT artists like getting approached by brands that are just looking, I just want to say that we are in this space. I just want to say that we've made an NFT, and they're just looking to check a box because it's the hot new thing.
Right.
And
just drop something on Rarible then, you know?
Right.
Or how about support some artists? How about like go buy some art and like brag about how you're buying the art, and that's how you get into the space, or like associate yourself with the space. Like, support some artists. Like they said,
seriously, if the weekend was to go in and buy like one artist and then promote that artist, that artist's work would blow up. Like it would increase in value significantly because you've got some famous person talking about this person's art, and then they do a collab together. It's like that's going to make it so much more powerful. You know?
Yeah. They have to invest in the space in order to like get a piece of the community. And like, like if this food brand like bought all my pieces, then I'd be a lot more open to listening to them, not just because they've paid me, but it means that they're like invested in the space.
Yeah.
Right.
And like if you're just a brand looking to cash in or put your name against an NFT, even if you're looking to give all the proceeds to an artist, then before you reach out, buy some art. Like go out there and like support some people and like do what good brands do and like get involved. But yeah, anyway.
I agree.
Well, we got some community drops. Dorpy wants to stop by and say hi, but we gotta get through these community drops first. So let's get through these real quick. We'll try and go quick here. We're all kind of short on time. So let's start with Joe Herman. Our friend Joe Herman.
Yeah, our good friend Joe Herman did his first drop on OpenSea. If you've hung out with us in New York at NAB, you know Joe.
NAB
Come on, he's around the space. So yeah, this is his first drop. You can get it on OpenSea. Next up, we got I don't know if I'm going out of order for you, Dave. Paul Robinson, yes. Paul Robinson just released his first drop on Foundation. Super cool stuff. He was hitting me up this week and he was like, hey, how can I do this? And I was like, use fields and use vertex maps and stuff. And I was like, yeah, now I'm going to do a tutorial on it. I'm very excited about it. But Paul's stuff, super exciting. Yeah. First drop on Foundation. Next up, who do we got?
Aaron Sorensen.
Aaron Sorensen did his first drop, man. So one thing, this is gorgeous. This is absolutely gorgeous.
That water though.
I will say, and that lens flare at the beginning with the rainbow. Oh, beautiful. So beautiful, right? You know, I want it to be longer. I want to see more. I want a good loop. I love you, Aaron Sorensen, but I want a loop. You know, because it's jarring to the eyes, in my opinion. So anyway, who we got next?
We got Zach Corzine next.
Zach Corzine, yeah.
Zach's my boy.
He's got some work on Super Rare right now, Textile Techniques 01. If you know Zach, you know he is like all about the beautiful procedural, stuff. I guarantee you this
colors,
is done.
man. He's so
always with the colors. Yeah, very good. He's an awesome
the colors.
designer.
I love his work so much.
Absolutely.
I absolutely love it.
Yeah. Next up, who do we got, Dave?
I also wanted to. Oh man, I got the wrong link here. I just wanted to mention that we mentioned him last week, but I did want to mention that Rev has some more out, and so I'll put a link there. I have the wrong link.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
You're not going to show my stuff? Come on, guys.
Absolutely, we are.
Let's go.
You
it's on Foundation, right?
Yeah, is it on Foundation? It's on. Yeah, it is Foundation.
So next up, we've got this really awesome artist. He goes by the name Chad Arnold Ashley. Sorry. Your last tutorial was Octane.
They don't pay me.
Chad Octane Ashley.
That candy dough.
Yeah, no, these are really pretty stuff. You know, I love the sucrose trance. You know, it's really good. So did you, when you're making those, were you just offsetting the value, or what were you doing?
I don't talk sausage, man.
Oh yeah,
I don't talk sausage when I'm doing my art.
All right.
That's right.
That's cool.
No, I just really love how candy looks and just the way light bounces around and just the response that it gets when you see something delicious like that is just fun. So
absolutely.
Yeah. The one my favorite piece of that series was the first one that sold. I think there's 3 left in that series, but yeah, it's good stuff.
Oh yeah, you got these 3 here too. The original ones that you dropped.
Yeah, that was the original one, which is funny because
didn't Nick buy one of them from you?
Yeah, so Nick got into a little bit of a bid war for Sphere Ural, and I didn't think Fucking Zen was going to sell because Fucking Zen was like more my own kind of like minimalist style and wanted to do that one for a while. And Beeple actually convinced me to put it up, and I'm like, I don't think anybody's going to buy this thing. Yeah. And it ended up being like the one that sold for the most of the three that I put out first. And I'm like, of course, that's how it goes.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I've got some new stuff that I've been toying around with, but I'm just kind of letting that stuff sell first before I push anything else.
Yeah.
I got Rev's stuff too, if you want to see.
Cool.
Crystal Bath is the one that still needs to hit the reserve
Crystal
price.
Bath is nice.
Yeah.
It's super pretty.
And his stuff is good price too. I'm thinking about changing my price because mine is kind of high, and ETH has taken off since, and so now it's even higher.
Yeah, that's one thing that I wish you could set a dollar price versus an Ether price, just so you can set it at a set amount,
Yeah.
Yeah, ETH just went up a bit, looks like, over the past 24 hours too.
Yeah, I might. I mean, it's going to cost me a fee, but I might change the price on mine. See if I get a bite, because it's been retweeted like crazy and it's been liked like crazy and all that, but nobody's pulled the trigger.
You gonna show it? You gonna show it?
I mean, I guess I could try and show it again. I'd have to find what's my URL? Who am I again? I'm Dave.
You're
right?
Mograph.
I'm Dave. Yeah.
Mograph.
Just making sure I'm Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this is my piece right here. It's Heartseed. See if I can. That's about as big as I can get that screen there. But it is right now.
Original music done by Dave as well.
I did the music for it. Yeah, 1.88 ETH. It's kind of high. That was not that expensive when I minted this. So I'm thinking about taking it down probably to 1.
We haven't. Yeah, because you can't.
I don't have it piping through.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, I guess I could unmute. Let's
see. So explain the piece to me.
He doesn't talk about the sausage.
I don't talk.
I'm not asking how it was made.
You see, when I was feeling,
I want to know what it means.
And it's kind of a personal thing. Okay. However, I will be talking about it soon on the show. Matt knows what I'm talking about.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's the stuff that I love, man. I like hearing what was it that drew you into this. Like, why a pearl? Like, what?
Yeah. Here, I'll play the music if it will. You can hear it a little bit here. It's very simple. And it loops. The music loops with it as well.
We don't hear it at all.
Oh, you don't hear. Oh, that's right. You don't hear it because I had to change my audio to you guys because I was skipping on your side. Anyway, everybody on the stream could hear it just fine.
Yay! Okay. Oh, beautiful work.
Right, Sounds great.
That audio though.
Yeah. That audio though.
All right. Next up on the list, let's get through here. We got Ryan Talbot. He's been doing a bunch of these lately, and he's got this one on Makersplace. This is pretty. And I think this one sold already, if I'm not mistaken. But, we like to show them anyway because somebody might want to buy them. They might be for sale again. I think this is sold.
Go to edition activity.
Where's
go over
that?
to edition.
See, I'm not familiar
down there.
with
Go down.
Makersplace.
Yeah, Makersplace is kind of weird. Go to edition. Okay, so someone is accepting offer. Someone bought it for 5 ETH.
Wow.
So, but that person is still accepting offers, so you could still make an offer on that.
It was Gabbo from The Simpsons.
Gabbo. That's funny.
Oh, Gabbo.
Do we have anyone else? Yes, Isaac.
Yeah. Our good friend, Mr. Isaac. How do you, I say it wrong.
You say it wrong every time.
Terex.
Don't even try.
I know, because I always want to say Terracus.
Yeah.
It just sounds more badass.
That sounds like a dinosaur.
Right?
Terracosaurus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
There you go.
Cars. This is on Foundation. This is his Gemini piece. His
Gemini or his Genesis piece?
Genesis, that's what it is.
Genesis does.
I thought for a second, like, is there a kind of piece that I don't know about?
No, Genesis. Gemini? Yeah. I get those confused.
And lastly, we do have a listener drop that was sent in as well, I think.
Yes.
Who is this? Pixel Makes Me Happy.
Pixel Makes Me Happy. Yeah. Why don't I have that on there? Anyway.
You're the one who put it there.
Pepe. Pixel Makes Me Happy. They hit me up. So I checked my Twitter, to see who's going to ask me for a Foundation invite. This person did not, But they sent me their work, so I was like, okay, cool. And then I love I like non-fungible fart with actually really good work. And I love the WTF is an NFT, and I love how, like, you know, anytime you have like a really bad soft body collision that just messes up.
Yeah.
I love that. It's like, okay, I know how the sausage is made, and that's funny. You know, only people who know how the sausage is made
will find
is
it
going
funny.
to get that joke, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Got
it.
That's the drops. Now
that's fun.
I also had a note in here that Logan is working on a Beeple NFT game in Unreal Engine.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
I'll see if I can get a link. I don't know if that's out yet.
Did you see the Beeple generator like last week or something?
Yeah.
Like you just click go and it makes a Beeple render. You start getting repeats after, you know, just a couple of times.
Yeah.
But
well, there was
can I shout out somebody?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, do it.
I invited on is there a term for like somebody that you invite on Foundation, like your Foundation spawn, your ward?
Yeah.
Trevor Kerr is on Foundation
nice.
now. His username is Tervork, TERVORK, and
got it.
He just dropped his first piece there.
Nice.
There I can't get it to him.
I got it.
Pretty.
I like the fabric. I like the texturing on it.
Yeah, he's good at that, man. The color looks really good too. I haven't even seen this piece. This is like the first time I'm seeing it.
The reds, the colors, children.
But the man, I also invited. Let's see if they posted yet. I'll pimp all the people that I invited. Actually, I don't know if they've made anything yet, but I've invited quite a few really amazing artists.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Amador Valenzuela is somebody that I invited. Do you guys know him?
I don't think so.
Let me see. He's on Foundation. Let me see if I know.
Has Nick dropped yet? Did Nick drop one?
No. He's taking sort of like a.
He's a collector.
He's more of a collector.
Yeah.
And he just loves like standing off to the sidelines and watching all these amazing artists do their thing and provide plugins and assets and all that stuff. He likes that sort of side of it.
Yeah.
I can't find his stuff. Anyway, look him up.
Cool. There was a drawing or a raffle for a Beeple piece.
Yeah.
This last week as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I recommend people, like, if you want to get in on that, follow Beeple and just set your notifications to on because it was literally 20 minutes that you had to enter the raffle. And they had 8,000 entries.
Could be a raffle, could be a render of a giant penis. You never know.
I know that one yesterday. Jeez.
My gosh. How is
it's
that?
Like
it's not. Is it censored enough to where it's not taken down?
I don't know. Maybe it's like, okay, Beeple's got his $69 million, $100 million. Like, all right. Yeah. I guess all the gloves are off now.
Yeah. Oh, look who it is.
Oh, hey, Dorpy.
Hey, Matt. How's it going?
Up?
You doing all right?
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, I just wanted to come in and say I tried to enter the Beeple raffle last week, but it was a little rough.
Didn't you use the rough joke last week?
No, that was rough. Get it right.
Oh.
Yeah. I also tried to kind of mint a piece on Rarible. But it said the file size was too big. Yeah, I think it was too many bytes.
My God, what is happening right now? I need to get high.
Anyway, I know I keep hounding you for this, but can I get an invite to Foundation?
You know what, Dorpy? I have one invite left. I will give you an invite to Foundation. Yes.
What?
Yeah.
Oh man. I gotta go.
What are you gonna make, Dorpy?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess I gotta go start working on it. All right. I guess I'm gonna get out of here. If you need me though, Matt, I'll be in my lab.
Oh, laugh like dog.
Bye.
All right.
Oh, Dorpy.
Came for the Mograph, stayed for the Dorpy.
Uh,
Oh boy, you know Dorpy's got his own TikTok.
he does. He's on Mograph TikTok. He's having a good time.
I'll tell my kids.
Oh man, that was terrible.
Yes.
One last thing that I want to say on the drop before we get going is I want to talk about the open editions on Nifty real quick, because I've noticed some of these we used to all jump in on the open editions because it was a great way to collect, and sometimes you could flip them for a little bit of a profit. But I would say on some of these lesser known people, you might be able to wait until after their drop and like maybe a couple days later, because those prices start going below what they were initially offered for.
Right.
Like I've got a bunch of pieces right now to where it took maybe a month and a half before they're back up to where they were whenever I purchased them, So, it's, I don't know, keep an eye on things because, you may be able to get them for cheaper if you're looking to collect, if you're looking to do whatever. But Nifty's weird, man. I'll tell you what, it's like it was the place, and then I think everyone started discovering Makerspace and Rarible and Foundation and stuff, and now it's like I feel like Nifty is in the same realm as Rarible, as far as like design and stuff. But if you post on Nifty, if you get on Nifty, you're guaranteed to make $500,000 to $1 million, right?
Yeah, for
so
sure.
I don't know.
I got a couple links, crypto links I could add in here as well.
Yeah.
Premiumbeat.com randomly has articles not related to audio at all. Like they have a lot of them. Like I actually read some of their articles sometimes. So I just think it's random that premiumbeat.com has these film and graphics articles and such. But that being said, what up? Jonathan Winbush is in their latest article. So
that's cool.
Check that out. And it's talking about his world of NFTs and what he does. So make sure you check that out. And of course, little link to the course at the bottom of that too.
All right. That's awesome.
Yeah. So check that out. And then other links that I have here, I already talked about the SNL NFTs, which is awesome. I got another link to these statues that Maxime has been doing of artists in the industry that are making. He's done, I think, 3 so far. One was,
if anyone's seen the Beeple one, the Beeple with the like
Beeple's
7-foot long dong
going around
that
his
wrapped
body.
around his neck. Yeah. That one was there.
He did
that one exists.
Octane Jesus one, and then he did one of naked EJ, but he's holding his pug right in the
over his
appropriate place.
Right.
So I won't put that on the feed.
Do you have any more links?
I have 2 more real quick. Okay. Jules was on CNBC, so make sure you check that out. He's talking about the future of NFTs. That's a big one. I don't know how he fits it all in his head. And then just a good article, and he talked about this if you were on REF's Clubhouse call last Friday, which is this is the security Clubhouse call. Our friend Crossfader, he fell for a scammer and he lost his crypto wallet. And
that sucks.
It's pretty bad. And the thing about this is you don't just lose your wallet, right? You lose your login for all of your sites. So that's something to take into consideration.
Yeah, absolutely.
Security is a big deal. Okay, sorry. What else you got?
Last thing that I was going to say. So I was talking because I had a couple of foundation invites. I don't now that I gave them to Dorpy. But I was talking to someone who I thought, I was like, hey, do you want this foundation invite? And they were like, well, I'm already on foundation, but I was a little worried about posting because my friends aren't doing well. And I was like, listen, you got to post, whatever. I'll cover your mint fees, I was like, that way you have nothing to worry about. If it doesn't sell, you're not out any money, blah, blah, blah. And so it gave me a really good idea. There was the what was it? The Genesis Foundation or whatever that did, that was it 888 or was it, I think it was 888.
No, it was Illustrator, isn't it?
Illustrator or
I think
Metacoven.
No,
I don't remember.
I thought
one
it
of
was
them,
Illustrator, but maybe
one
I'm
of them
wrong.
did a.
Kevin will know because Kevin actually was a recipient.
So there's the Gemini project, where they were going to cover mint fees for artists' first drop, and I thought that was a really good idea because what a better way for artists to give back to help promote other artists than help covering mint fees for up and coming artists and stuff like that, because some of us are starving artists. We like doing this 3D stuff, but we can't afford $150 in mint fees or whatever,
Sometimes
so
really bad.
I think what we're going to, and I don't have it all worked out yet, but I want to make a wallet that people can donate to. And that money will go to help cover other people's first initial drops. And I think it's a really cool idea. It's a way for artists to help other artists, and also help, say you sell something for 1 ETH, you throw $10-20 into the pot, that helps get a new artist closer to minting their first piece.
Right.
So, and we get everyone doing that. Someone who, is on the Genesis, who gets chosen as a Genesis artist also, throws $10-20 after they mint their first piece. It's like that just keeps on giving back to the community.
Yeah.
So that will be in the works. Make sure and listen each week so that we can give you more information on that.
And Kevin says it is Illustrator. Who is Tim Kang.
Illustrator.
That's
Tim Kang is Illustrator. Yeah. So
Illustrator, I think, owns the #1 into the ETH. I think.
I believe so. I don't know. If anyone's looking to get a good deal on a #8 into the ETH, I would definitely recommend looking at Nifty right now.
Yeah.
So
go buy mine right now.
Go buy Dave's. He's got it listed for a really good price.
Really good price. Yeah.
Yep.
That is it. Are we done with the drop?
I think so.
All right.
The drop. Is this the fucking mic drop? This is exactly what I should be doing.